So they stole it. Why do you know where they took me? Though I want that. Can I have my iPad?
Yeah, I was number 4. Oh, thanks very much. When I event organizer, you know, some of us will speak without any fear of any intimidation or contradiction from anybody or anything that exists. Firstly, I would love to send my. Should I tell them? Yes. Oh, should I introduce myself? I'm Viper, the SRC president of University of Limpopo, the only snake in the north. What I want to say, firstly, I want to say that I'm disappointed because of the dilly-dallying on the arrangement of this sitting. That one, comrades, we might have done well so far, but when you are failing, we must tell you that you are failing because your inconsistency and lack of planning cost us a lot. Some of us were here 2 weeks back and we are here today. And I'm not deployed to run around countries. I must have an institution there to govern, make sure that they don't strike. But however, what I want to put out here, I heard the chairperson of the session speaking of that the SAUs, in fact, consist of more SRC than SAUs members. It's double the number. But however, to also come to that recommendation which you're giving us, I want to ask, who of the SRC members did you guys consult to come and give us that report? It's proper, we understand. But the little which you are doing when you don't consult us, you are putting us under trench mesh. For example, you spoke about the issue of accommodation. My university and where it's located, what you're speaking of doesn't exist. Should you have consulted us? We are going to give you the line of march because you are the ones who meet with the ministers so that you can go and be our voices as we are the voices of the students out there. So when you speak about the cap of accommodation, what about me? Who my institution survived because of lease and because of these things of deviation? Where am I included there? No way. And I know I'm not the only one who writes deviation. Those ones in the rurals, those universities there, they survive through deviation. And on that issue of deviation, even today, it's still going to be a toe-to-toe and head-to-head with me and NSFAS, that they cannot give my students accommodation allowances, but not give them transport allowances. Because the universities which are having accredited residencies, they have means of transport. Because today I'm sitting with the students whereby the only thing they receive is money to pay rent. And then nobody is to transport them from off campus to campus. So it means the money which they're paying rent with is the same money they're using to pay Bolt. So that thing, next time you want to do something, come and tell us, we'll give you a proper mandate. But however, let's get to the business of the day. What I want to put out here in terms of finding solutions to the funding. Number one, you spoke about the missing middle, the comrade spokesperson. Where is he? Oh, Samlo. You spoke about the missing middle and how you presented your proposals to the government. But I want to appreciate and also question some of the issues which are there. As the president of Fort Hare has spoken that the issue of funding is not a courtesy to the black majority of South Africa. In fact, it's our rights. It's there in the Freedom Charter there, that we must produce quality free education. Steve Biko died for that. So to put out here, when I talk about the missing middle, what about the postgraduates? Because on your presentation there, you spoke mostly about the missing middle, and then our postgraduate students are still left out there. Education does not end at a mere degree. Education ends at PhD. And the black majority, when they want to continue studying, it becomes a problem for them because there is nobody to fund them going upward. And also want to give you this proposal, Samlom, that next time when you go to your engagement, please debate it in this notion. These private bursaries, I even told NSFAS this thing. These private bursaries which are giving one student 8 million and then NSFAS is stuck there with 90% of the students whom are benefiting from NSFAS, and then there is that 10% from private sectors who are getting more money. What I will say to you, go and advocate for quality and flat funding for all the students. The private sectors, they must donate to NSFAS so that NSFAS could be the only funding criteria we're having as the students. Because when we're having CETA, giving Viper 52,000. You are having NSFAS giving President Chamano 42,000. What's special about Viper? What's special about Chaman? I mean, less special about Chaman. All of us who are here to fight for one thing, to acquire education, and we don't have funds to sustain our studies there. These things of private bursaries coming in there, if ever they want to donate, that are donate to NSFAS, then NSFAS be the only mediator. But however, I won't go down before I speak about this thing. As much as SAWUS is the only stakeholder which can go and represent us on our absence, I want to say that this anarchic approach of NSFAS, trying to rape us with the direct payment, it must come to an end. The direct payment, as you are our representative there, I will say to you, go and tell NSFAS that the SRC is saying that they don't want direct payment. For 3 reasons. Number one, I was at NSFAS office yesterday. Including themselves, they don't know how it's going to work. Number one. Number two, they're saying that on the 1st of June, they want to start with paying. And we are sitting here, it's mid-May. When are they going to start doing those things? Should our students not get their money on the 1st of June? Hell shall break loose. Number 3 is because they are fighting with the institutions. They are not fighting with us. These things of them releasing the global funding list, and then institutions start taking bogus students like people are doing when they're winning conferences with bogus numbers. Institutions taking bogus students saying that no, this one belongs to us, this one belongs to us. Then NSFAS does the funding. The question I asked them yesterday, if ever you are scared of double dipping by institutions, how about you release and then institutions send, then you do the merge, then you start releasing the fund. We are sitting here today claiming like we are leaders, but we are the current generation which failed our students. NSFAS today haven't responded to the appeals. NSFAS is capable of going social media and lying, not coming to the ground and taking mandate from us. They, even when they're speaking about these things of 50% is being resolved, but our students even today are still starving because of the 50% issue. But what I want you to do, my leader, go to NSFAS. On Monday we can accompany you. Go and tell them that whatever they want to do, if ever they ate money with the companies which they want to hire to come and do direct payment, we didn't eat the money with them. They must vomit the money. And then lastly is this one. Recommendation 12. I would love to differ with it. You know why I'm differing with this recommendation 12 as much saying that the loans must come to the part. This is the part. When I applied for funding, when you said that they must all have one funding criteria in terms of seat and what to apply one thing. These issues of private sectors, my man, they can be our savior or they can be our downfall. Because they are going to advertise that Mina can give a student 50 million. And then NSFAS will be stuck with 100 students not getting anything. But the issue which I want to also put here, the status quo. The status quo can be made in this content, when leadership, for the 350 income and what, which even today, NSFAS, because they're emptying their heads, they're saying that a 350 is the cap in which if ever the family is having, they cannot fund a student. I want to ask you, Somlom, are you aware that if ever my mother is married to my father, or my mother has married to a husband who's not my father, they're going to say that the family income of that family is 350 or above. But biologically, that stepdad of mine has no legal obligation to pay for my fees. But yet, I'm still categorized that that family has that income. That's why we're having a lot of missing middle and students coming out and crying. Because there is a father who has some children somewhere there, which biologically is being even paying these things of legal support, maintenance. He can't maintain his children then still maintain me. But yet NSFAS categorized me because my mom and my mom and that guy that married now say like the income is this. So go and tell NSFAS that they must go and start thinking. And again on that issue of 350. When NSFAS come out here clowning saying that this family has 350, did they calculate the expenses of that family? The income? I might be having my mother and my father being teachers, 350, okay, it's fine. But have you checked how many of my brothers are at higher institution? That is the question which you must go and ask NSFAS today when you leave here. Because you're not going to come here and see that make it 300 or million. It's still going to be the same issue. NSFAS is very much incompetent and they're having 399 workers there. But even today, they can't even produce one funding list was stuck here because of funding this from NSFAS. So leaders, please go there and represent us, or else we shall represent ourselves. In that direction I submit.
Conscientiously, okay? And the best of my ability. Conscientiously.